The northeastern part of India is a gem. Hidden away from the regular touristy crowd, all 7 states offer raw scenic beauty beyond imagination. The famous American poet Maya Angelou rightly said, "Life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away." And the state of Arunachal Pradesh is filled with such pristine scenic beauty which not only takes your breath away but fills your lungs with clean, crisp mountain air at the same time. Few things in life can be as invigorating. We were invited for the first ever 2021 Trans Arunachal Drive organized by the Ministry of Tourism Arunachal Pradesh in partnership with Mahindra Adventure and JK Tyre. And it was a drive that added wonderful color, beautiful new memories and years to our lives. We were given the key to a Mahindra Thar, a diesel automatic, and that proved to be a second home for the next few days. Only because we spent a lot of time driving the SUV. The 2021 Trans Arunachal Drive had a convoy of close to 25 cars. The drive was flagged off by Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh, Pema Khandu, from the Golden Pagoda, a Burmese-style Buddhist temple in Namsai district. The architecture is slightly different from other Buddhist temples that you would normally see in India. The first destination in our itinerary was the Pangsau Pass. It lies in the Patkai Hills on the border of Myanmar and Arunachal. Pangsau is actually a small village on the Burmese side of the border. The drive up to Pangsau Pass was lovely and the roads snaked through dense foliage. Situated at an altitude of 3,727 feet, the Pangsau Pass used to be an old trade route between tribes of eastern India and Myanmar in the old days. And the pass continues to be open even today. So right now we are here at Pangsau Pass, and the nondescript huts that you see behind me, that is actually Myanmar. So yes, we are right now at the India-Myanmar border, and Pangsau Pass was called Hell's Gate in World War II around 1944-1942 because this area saw some of the bloodiest battles in World War II. So that's a bit of history info right for you. Once a week, a market gathering or a hart is organized at the border, and people from either side come together to trade in spices, clothes, jewelry and other merchandise. In fact, the border is open, so we did actually stepped over to the other side and ticked off a new country from a bucket list. Small pleasures, you see. After a session of photography, we headed back to the hotel for a night of local dinner and drinks. Next day saw us driving to Hauliang, and we started off with a lovely road to begin with. And then, in the proverbial blink of an eye, the tarmac gave way to an excuse of a dirt road. As Mahindra always says, Thar hates tar. Our diesel automatic Thar couldn't give two hoots about the roads turning from bad to non-existent. It plowed through the very worst with consummate ease, and we didn't even have to make an effort to guide it over mud, slush, rocks and whatnot. As the road got tougher, the scenery got prettier. Lush green hills, warm friendly faces of the locals and the convoy snaking up switchbacks one after the other painted a rather pretty picture. The drive was long but scenic to say the least, and it turned dark before we reached our camping spot for the night. We camped right next to Lohit River with the tents pitched right on the banks. The next morning was one of those where we had a pleasant surprise in store for us. It was misty, and since we had a late start to the day, we went to the riverbed and got some fantastic photographs of the Mahindra Thar and the campsite as well. Right now we are in this beautiful village called Hauliang in eastern Arunachal, and it couldn't get much more picture perfect than this. You have a fast flowing alpine river behind me, lush green hills, and the overall setting is so beautiful. And the good news was that we camped for the night right beside the river. It was a beautiful, pristine setting to say the least. Post shenanigans, we packed up and made our way to Kaho in Anjaur district, a small settlement on the Indo-China border. The drive to Kaho again was one of those moments which took your breath away. So this is the third day of the first ever Trans Arunachal Drive experience, and right now we are here at Kaho village. What's so special about this village is that this is the easternmost village in India. Yes, literally next to the China border. In fact, we'll show you glimpses of the China border itself. We are walking up till there. We have close to 25 cars in the convoy, all beautifully stickered Scorpios and the new generation Thars. We have been driving the Thar and it's been a wonderful experience. The drive from Hauliang to Kaho has been phenomenal to say the least. I mean, the mountains here are below the snow line, therefore they are lush green. We also got a bit of rain as well, and finally all the peaks have fogged up and it presents a beautiful, beautiful scenery. Tall green peaks, fantastic roads and fresh mountain air. The whole works. It just nourishes your soul and makes you want to leave behind all your worries. The village offers a scenic view of the Lohit River and the valley, along with a glimpse of the Chinese border. On day 5, we had to drive back to Hauliang and stay at the same river campsite as before. Spending the night at such a beautiful place was a no-brainer. Plus, staying in tents added to the sense of adventure as well. And we were also treated to a lovely dance performance from the local tribe, which had all of us enthralled. On the 6th day, we drove towards Bomjir in central Arunachal, from where the second leg of the 2021 Trans Arunachal Drive would begin. Midway, we stopped for lunch at an eco resort where the tables were set right in a shallow stream. Not only was the food delicious, but the overall setting was incredibly relaxing as well. Talk about happy and content vibes. Yo! Our stay in Bomjir was organized at a nature resort, and as soon as we entered, we were welcomed with yet another mesmerizing dance performance from the women of the Mishmi tribe who were elegantly dressed and looked beautiful. The women folk from the Trans Arunachal Drive convoy couldn't help but join in and dance with them as well. The state of Arunachal Pradesh and its people offered us a beautiful experience, one that we would cherish for the rest of our lives. And for those who are looking to travel, do keep Arunachal Pradesh and its neighboring states in mind. The Northeast is exceedingly beautiful, way beyond you could ever imagine, and a trip there will change your life for sure.